is up, Scrubs? X-Wrestler here, and in the background you are watching an amazing gameplay. An absolutely amazing gameplay. It is so amazing, it is in fact a world record. And it is done by yours truly, Regan. He is one of my friends, he's in the Rush Clan, and I can see him going. Like, he's going to be very big one day, because he is an amazing player. He plays on Xbox and on PlayStation. This was actually on PlayStation, this gameplay was, but yeah, this is actually insane, and there's no dyers, there's nothing like that. I'll put a link to the raw gameplay in the description if you want to watch it, and make sure it's been checked by 4 or 5 Carnage members. It's not fake, so don't even try it. And yeah, this, I think, like one of the 4th or 5th times it's been uploaded. This video's been uploaded a lot, and he's been getting like so much love for it, and it's amazing. He's gone on 172, and at the very end it'll show you the leaderboards where it says the gun streak, his highest gun streak, and it's absolutely insane. I could never. I think my highest like a 45 or a 50, and that's just because I don't know. I don't really go for gun streaks, but I die and then go for double kills and stuff like that, or either unique double kill. I don't know. Just I need to stop talking about that and start with today's story. Today's story is actually a illegal, scary, weird moment in my life, and it's actually a 2-part story. The first part is a few years ago, me and my buddies used to always ride around, because I have a few thousand acres in my backyard, and we used to always ride around and, screw around with 4-wheeler and dirt bikes and everything. And there was this field up there that we used to know the owners of, and I guess they sold it to someone else. That's why we got in trouble for this, but we went around and rode around in the field, and we were about to leave, and the 4-wheeler wasn't getting cranked up, so I got on my dirt bike and was just riding around, and I rode around this corner, and as soon as I got on the corner, this truck comes flying out. And the truck starts chasing me. I thought it was like college kids screwing around, just chasing me for the fun of it. And so I fall off my dirt bike, lose a shoe in the process, lose my helmet, and just like sprint into the woods. Sprint as fast as I can, as far as I can. And I get scared and lay down by a log. And it's this lady and everything. And so I'm hiding from her, and I'm hiding from everyone else. And I have no clue what's going on. I just knew someone was chasing me. And I thought there was nothing wrong with it, because I was just riding in the field and everything. And then all of a sudden, I kind of give up, because they were putting my dirt bike in the back of the truck, and I didn't want to lose my dirt bike. So I kind of gave up and told them where I was. And she put a gun to my head and walked me to her car, or the back of their truck, and I sat in it. And I'm not kidding you. I literally sat in the back of her truck while she was holding a gun to my head, and she was asking me, "Where's your friends? Where's your friends?" And I was like, "I don't know. They couldn't get the 4-wheeler started up." She's like, "Don't lie to me," and started like cussing me out and everything. And she high-fived some old dude that I guess was either like her brother or something like that, because this was a very old couple. It was kind of weird, like her dad maybe. I'm not sure, but yeah. So anyways, my friends ended up cranking up the 4-wheeler. I'm coming around the corner, and they have to go sit on the back of the truck too. And me and my 2 friends, we didn't really take it too hard. We were just sitting there, and my sister was bawling her eyes out. She's never done anything like that, never gotten in trouble or anything like that. And the cops are called, our parents were called, everybody shows up. My dad sticks up for us. In the long run, we don't get in trouble. The cops, something else happens, like a robbery happens, and that cop has to go to the robbery, so thank God he didn't give us a ticket or didn't make us pay or anything. He had to go do something else. Thank God that happened. I don't know how it did, but it did, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, so that happened, and we got off the hook, and we wrote it back and everything, and it's been tensions. And little known secret, the lady's family and everybody that did that to me, they go to my church now. They don't recognize us, but we recognize them, and it's really weird. So we hope they don't notice it's us or anything, or I hope they don't hear this commentary or anything. But yeah, they go to our church, so that's kind of freaky. And the second story happened a few days ago with a few of my buddies from my church. They came over after church Sunday. It was actually Sunday. Today is Thursday, I think. It's going to be uploaded a different day, because like I said, I'm scheduling my videos for this weekend. But yeah, so they came over after church, and we were just going to go swimming and jump on a trampoline a little bit and hang out and, I don't know, watch Netflix or something, watch a movie, I don't know, screw around. Who knows what we were doing. But my friend gets the idea that, hey, let's go back in the woods, because he owns an SUV. And he's like, hey, let's go back. It's kind of pretty much like a truck. It's a Ford. And he's like, hey, let's go back in the woods. So we get in his truck, and we were just driving around. We were having a bunch of fun, just driving around on the lines and everything. And we were screwing around. There was a big mud pit. There was no mud in it or anything, but it's called the mud pit. It's like a huge pit that we can just ride around in on dirt bikes and everything. I'll ride on 4-wheelers. And there was a hill that we were just riding up on that, and we drove around, and so we ended up driving around this corner because there's another neighborhood behind the woods behind my house. So we were driving around. I wanted to show them the neighborhood, so we were driving down that way, and we come around the corner, and there's a truck sitting there, just stopped, just sitting there. And, I have no clue what's going on. My friend kind of panics, and he didn't really do anything. We just kind of sit still, and we all just kind of stare at each other. And the truck, I thought the dude was out of the truck. I didn't know anybody was doing anything. I just thought the truck was sitting there. And so we sit there for a second, and then all of a sudden he cuts his lights on and starts driving towards us. And at that point, my friend's NASCAR instincts kicked in, put it in reverse as fast as he could, did like a freaking tail whip. We went in reverse for like a quarter of a mile, I'm not even joking, down this road. Then he finally found a little cut open, and he flipped it around, and we drove, and literally, this truck was chasing us. It was scary. We were getting chased, and we were driving through the woods and everything, and it was definitely not a fun experience. Well, my friend in the background was like, "Oh my god, this is awesome." I thought it was pretty fun, but my friend who was driving definitely did not. And we were driving around, and so we eventually make it to a little cut through, little secret way nobody really knows about to get to my house, and we drive through that, and we drive as far as we can and park and go inside. And as soon as we do that, we realize my friend's truck is right by the woods. If he drives by, he sees a truck, and he knows exactly where we are. So we have to run back out there, get his truck, move it behind my parents' truck, or behind my dad's truck and my mom's car. And he didn't really like that because he's like, you can still see it from the road. So we had to move it one more time behind this big bush behind my house where no one could see it. And then he was finally happy. So from then, we actually went back there. Me and my buddy that thought it was really fun. We went back there because we thought it was fun. We wanted to have more adrenaline rush. We ran back there, and we were, I don't know, a few minutes into the woods, and we were walking. And then all of a sudden, I asked him to stop talking for a second, and I put my finger up, like the signal something was around. And I look around this tree, and the truck is driving around looking for us with the windows down and everything. And I guess he spotted us or something, so I started running. And there's like this power line near where I was running from. So I was running through that, run past it, and made it back to my house safe. And, nothing went on really, so we got in our truck, or I got in my mom's car, and we all got in there. And I drove down and looked down the power line to see if he was still down there. I didn't see anything. So we were like, you know what, screw it, let's go back one more time. So we ended up going back the last time, and we all get in, we all walked down there. My friend hated it, the one that was driving his truck whenever we got caught the first time. He hated it. He was really scared. So we just sat back and we walked pretty much to where the power line was. And the power line's big open part. So if anyone walks across it, you'll be able to see it. And I'm assuming he was sitting there to watch us. But I peek around because I figured either he's going to be sitting there or he's going to be sitting around it. So I wanted to sneak through it if we went through it. So I peeked around the corner, and, there, good enough, he was sitting there in his truck, or outside of his truck, walking around. And I had no clue what he was doing or anything, because it wasn't his property. I know the guy who owns the property. And I have no clue. I didn't know if he had a gun or anything. At this point, I was legitly scared, because I was peeking around this tree. My friends were doing the same. And, at this point, he turns around. He was like a quarter mile away from us or whatever. He had like binoculars, freaking looking everywhere. And at this point, he turns around and looks directly at us, sees us, gets in his truck, and we had a quarter mile or so to run back to my house. And he was in a truck, so remember that. A quarter mile or a little bit more. It was a long distance. And he was in his truck, and we were on feet, and the pursuit began. We started running, and he was literally chasing us. We ran through the woods and everything, and it was really freaky and scary. And we ended up making it back. Never saw him again. Great experience. Scary. Never gonna do it again. Actually, yeah, I probably will because it's fun. Second time, something's weird happened in the back of my house, but it's still pretty fun. And yeah, guys, that's about it for the video. If you haven't already, check out Regan's channel. He's gonna be down in the description below. He's an amazing player. I don't know how he does this stuff. It's absolutely amazing, guys. I honestly don't know. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and yeah, he had way over 172 kills, but yep, there's his thing. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.